So, if you clicked on this video, I can already assume you're asking yourself,
Well, how could you be worried about the gameplay of GTA 6? GTA 6 is gonna be the greatest game of all time. Look at the graphics, dude. Have you seen the graphics?
and yes, I have. I remember seeing the first trailer and being amazed by how real it looked. I also remember finishing the trailer and not feeling impressed either. Yeah, I said it. I said it, goddammit. But that feeling carried over to the second trailer as well, and that made me feel off. I mean, I was one of those fans who was waiting each and every day for years and years to see the GTA 6 trailer notification on YouTube appear on my phone. So, why did I feel absolutely nothing after watching both of them? Well, I found out that there's a reason for that. And it's enough of a reason to make me worried about the future of Rockstar Games as a studio whenever I think about it for more than 20 seconds. So, let me go ahead and explain. So, the reason is in the title, the gameplay. I've played GTA 5 many times solely due to GTA Online nowadays. The gunplay and driving in this game feels great, smooth, damn near perfect, I'd say. The melee combat leaves way too much to be desired, but the gameplay all around is pretty damn good. But that's sort of where my problem comes in, and that's due to a very large factor in what makes GTA's gameplay GTA, which is Rockstar's identity as a studio. Realism. Since GTA 4, Rockstar's identity as a game development studio has been realism. Not just how realistic the game looks, but also how realistic the game plays. You aren't ripping stop signs out of the ground like you could in Saints Row 2. You aren't jumping off of bikes to hijack a car mid-chase like in Sleeping Dogs. You are playing a game that is about simulating the conditions of reality as best as possible. So, because of that, GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 feel like the ceiling of what Rockstar can do with gameplay in their games. There's a very real, possibly above 50% chance that if you have Red Dead 2 and GTA 5 booted up on separate TVs next to each other and play them back to back, you've technically already played GTA 6 because after these two games, what else can they do? We obviously know they're going to rework melee combat again, but almost everything else they're likely adding to the game is going to be borrowing from games that have already done what they did. Games that were considered the lesser of GTA by the gaming community in large, I might add, which will make this innovative game in the making just look like it's 5 years late to the party. Add human shields, Saints Row 2 did that in 2008. Add enemy takedowns that change depending on the weapon you're using. Watch Dogs was 10 years ahead of GTA 6, it looks like. Reintroduce throwable objects and the ability to shimmy on ledges from GTA 4? Well, why the hell did that take almost 20 years of game development to come back? Hell, there's a decent sized crowd of fans who are vocal about wanting GTA 6 to have the weapon storage mechanics of RDR2, saying that it's unrealistic to pull out weapons from the protagonist's stomach. Not understanding that one, the weapon storage works in RDR2 because your weapons are on a horse you can call near you, and two, that GTA 6 is a video game. A video game. It's embarrassing being a fan of Rockstar when these are what fans in your community are wishing for. There's a statement you'll hear online a lot when it comes to discussing Rockstar's games with fans, especially after GTA 4, and that's how
Nobody does it like Rockstar. They're the goats, bro. Nobody can touch them.
and those who say this are half right in my opinion. No other game studio attempts to recreate the level of detail inside of the maps, NPCs, and horse design that Rockstar includes in their games, as well as the accessible activities and interactions with NPCs that's available to you. But there was a thought that grew in my mind more and more each time I interacted with and thought about this topic. Why is that? Why is it that Rockstar is the only studio that goes this far, further than what they did in their last game too? So I started to think about what makes an open world game an open world game, and a good one at that. What are the requirements for one to be considered good? Well, I made a personal checklist and I'll share it with the class. 1. A sizable map, enough to fill it in with various areas, districts, whatever they may be called, for players to explore and learn. 2. The heartbeat of the map. This is NPCs interacting with the world and the appearance of the world itself. These two bring life to open worlds and encourage players to explore more of it and see what each area has going on. 3. Interactivity. The activities you can play, the interiors you can enter, the NPCs you can interact with. The more interactive an open world is, the better. And that's basically it. You follow this checklist and you have a good and acceptable open world game on your hands. But this checklist right here, it doesn't require you to spend years and years of putting employees through abysmal crunches and treating them like slaves. This checklist, a lot of open world games hit it out of the park without nearly as much budget and development time. And this is where and why I start to worry about Rockstar's future. Most studios don't follow Rockstar's example because it just isn't necessary to make a memorable experience. The budget, the development time, the potential delays. Most studios don't try to climb up the ladder to Rockstar's position because being a Rockstar game studio in 2026 is just not necessary to make good games that are loved by many. All of Rockstar's development time goes into how real their games are, especially how real they look, which has trapped them in hyper-realistic limbo. Each game they make has to look more real than the last. It has to have more stars in the night sky. It has to have more reflective surfaces. It has to have more hair follicles on a character's arm. More crumbs on a piece of bread that only 30 people who play GTA 6 are going to pay attention to. GTA 7 and Red Dead Redemption 3 are straight up going to have to be captured IRL so that they are able to continue this unnecessary masochistic game of one-upping themselves that ends up making the size of what they're able to do in their games even more smaller than the last. And after playing games like Saints Row 2, Sleeping Dogs, Watch Dogs 2 even, I started to believe that realism being Rockstar's identity is what has made me so worried about the gameplay of GTA 6. GTA 5 and the other 4 games listed all function the exact same way, an open world sandbox that simulates real life and lets you drive on the sidewalk. In my personal opinion, I can lose hours and hours of time playing the latter because these 4 all have one element that makes them more fun and appealing to me. The developers know that they're making a video game, especially Volition with Saints Row. The games just got more and more fun to play because they didn't allow themselves to be boxed in by realism. And because of that, the ceiling for what they could do was massive, and for 3 games straight, no matter what anyone says, there was more gameplay additions. But when I play GTA 4 and then play GTA 5, I see the gameplay improvements, but it feels like there is very little gas left in Rockstar's tank when it comes to gameplay additions. I mean shit, they removed features from GTA 4 and GTA 5 like picking up objects and even crouching of all things. That in itself is a sign for me to be worried. I'd love for Rockstar to prove me wrong come November or 2027. God, I hope not 2027. But if you're like me, not impressed with how realistic a game looks or how realistic a game plays, you'll end up in the same boat that I'm in. Waiting for the GTA 6 gameplay reveal and waiting with very, very low expectations.